Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome to a new filming venue for the programming videos. So let's dive in and chat through what you've got on today's menu. We're starting with some upper body pushing strength work in the form of a push jerk. So we're going to be working through 3 sets of 3 at 70%. Now we're taking those percentages based off the work that we did 2 weeks ago. It was the end of week 2. We did some push jerk work and we built to a heavy single rep, and that was on the 13th of January. So hopefully you have some data collected in Wodify to base those percentages off. It's not the end of the world if you don't, and you'll be able to work with your coach to figure out how best to choose the weight to lift based off RPE, which is basically your relative perceived exertion. So instead of seeing it as 70% of a number that you have, it's going to be more like a 7 out of 10. So it becomes slightly more subjective and less scientific when we're lifting, and therefore less effective. So essentially what I'm saying is make sure you get your numbers into Wodify after this. But a lot of the first part of today's session, as we build up to our starting weight, will be based on technique for the push jerk. And the push jerk is a very demanding position on both hips and upper back and shoulder range. So it's important that we do it right to get the most out of the movement. And when we start the 3 working sets, it's also important to be up at our working weight so we get as much as possible out of all 3 sets, because the volume's relatively low because we're working on peak strength capacity, explosive power with the shoulders. All right, so that's where we're starting. From there, we're going to move into today's workout, which is 4 time with a 15-minute time cap. It's a couplet of dual dumbbell box step overs and wall walks, which is a pretty gnarly combination of movements, which I'm excited to see you guys get stuck into. But 2 movements that potentially could come up at the open. Last 2 years, they've had wall walks, so I'm skeptical that they'll put them back in, but I've got my eye on some other movements that potentially have you upside down and a taxing in your shoulder position whilst you're inverted, but maybe we'll come on to that later on when I program them in coming weeks. But the more that we can do through the upper body pushing work, the better, and combining that with the taxing movement of the dumbbell box step overs, I think this is going to be a really challenging workout. So we're starting the week with a bang. I'm looking forward to, like I say, seeing you guys in the gym and helping you work through this. Obviously, there's lots of volume of the wall walks, and we did a lot of volume of wall walks last Tuesday in an EMOM format. So you already have an experience, or you've already experienced what that's like doing that volume, doing wall walks under fatigue. So you'll be able to use that experience and apply that into today's workout, and maybe based off that experience, you might have to scale the volume down to maintain quality of movement. All right, but your coach is going to chat you through all of that, and I'm just excited to get going, get another week 4 in the books, and we're getting halfway through the programming block now, so we're getting ever closer to the open. So it's a really exciting time for you guys.